Hello friends, welcome to my channel Botanical Studies. Today we will discuss about photosynthesis in plants. The topic photosynthesis is divided into following subpoints. First, introduction of photosynthesis. Second, photosynthetic pigments. Third, nature of light. Fourth, photosystem. Fifth, mechanism of photosynthesis. Sixth, significance of photosynthesis. Seventh, factors affecting on photosynthesis, and finally photorespiration. Looking towards all the subpoints, the topic photosynthesis is very big one. So for your convenience and easy understanding purpose, I have decided to make 4 parts of this video. In the first part of photosynthesis video, you will study the introduction of photosynthesis, photosynthetic pigments, nature of light, and photosystem. In the second part of photosynthesis video, you will study the mechanism of photosynthesis, light reaction. In the third part of photosynthesis video, you will study mechanism of photosynthesis, dark reaction. And in the last fourth part of this video, you will study significance of photosynthesis, factors affecting on photosynthesis, and photorespiration. This is the first part of photosynthesis video. You will study the introduction of photosynthesis, photosynthetic pigments, nature of light, and photosystems. Let us begin with introduction of photosynthesis. Life on Earth ultimately depends upon energy derived from sun. Photosynthesis is the only process of biological importance that can harvest this energy. Literally, photosynthesis means synthesis using light. Photosynthetic organisms use solar energy to synthesize carbon compounds that cannot be formed without the input of the energy. Photosynthesis contains combination of two words. Photon means light and synthesis means putting together. Photosynthesis is an anabolic endergonic process by which green plants synthesize carbohydrates requiring carbon dioxide, water, pigments, and sunlight. In other words, we can say that photosynthesis is transformation of light energy into chemical energy. The overall biochemical reaction for photosynthesis is 6CO2 plus 12H2O in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll pigments, formation of C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. Magnitude of photosynthesis. Only 0.2% of light energy falling on Earth is utilized by photosynthetic organisms. The total carbon dioxide available to the plants for photosynthesis is about 11.2 into 10 raised to 14 tons. Out of these, 2/3 of dry matter is produced by land plants and remaining by the marine plants. Site of photosynthesis. In plants, the leaves are green in color because of presence of photosynthetic pigments, that is chlorophylls. These pigments are present in photosynthetic apparatus known as chloroplast. If we take the TS of leaf, then under microscope we found that palisade cell contains chloroplast as a photosynthetic apparatus, which act as a site of photosynthesis. Chloroplast of higher plants are discoid or ellipsoid in shape, measuring 4 to 6 micron in length and 1 to 2 micron in thickness. It is a double membranous cytoplasmic organelle of eukaryotic green plant cells. The thickness of the two membranes, including periplastial space, is approximately 300 angstrom unit. Ground substance of chloroplast is filled with a hydrophilic matrix known as stroma. It contains 0.5% cpDNA, 2 to 3% RNA, plastoribosomes, enzymes of carbon dioxide assimilation, 50 to 60% proteins, starch grains, and osmophilic droplets with vitamin E and potassium, magnesium, iron, manganese, phosphorus, etc. in stresses. Stroma are embedded with a number of flattened membranous sacs known as thylakoids. Photosynthetic pigments occurs in thylakoid membranes. Aggregation of thylakoids to form stacks of coin-like structure known as grana. A granum consists near about 20 to 30 thylakoids. Each thylakoid encloses a space called as locules. The end of disc-shaped thylakoid is called as margin, and the area where the thylakoid membranes are pressed together is called as partition. Some of the grana lamellae are connected with thylakoids of other grana by stroma lamellae. The thylakoid membrane and the stroma lamellae both are composed of lipids and proteins. In photosynthetic prokaryotes like blue-green algae and bacteria, chloroplasts are absent. Instead of that, chromatophores are present in photosynthetic bacteria and photosynthetic lamellae in blue-green algae. Photosynthetic pigments. Photosynthetic pigments are substances that absorb sunlight and initiate the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthetic pigments occur in thylakoid membranes. Photosynthetic pigments are grouped into three categories. First, chlorophylls. These are green-colored, most abundant photosynthetic pigments that play a major role during photosynthesis. Major types of chlorophylls are known to exist in plants and photosynthetic bacteria are chlorophyll A, B, C, D, and E, bacteriochlorophyll A, B, and G, and chlorobium chlorophyll. The structure of chlorophyll was first studied by Willstatter, Stoll, and Fischer in 1912. Chemically, a chlorophyll molecule consists of porphyrin head and phytol tail. Porphyrin consists of tetrapyrrole ring and center core of magnesium. Phytol tail is a side chain of hydrocarbons. It is attached to one of the pyrrole ring. This chain helps the chlorophyll molecules to attach with thylakoid membrane. Out of various types of chlorophylls, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are the most important for photosynthetic process. Chlorophyll A is found in all photosynthetic plants except photosynthetic bacteria. For this reason, it is designated as universal photosynthetic pigment or primary photosynthetic pigment. Second, carotenoids. Carotenoids are yellowish red or orange colored pigment embedded in thylakoid membrane in association with chlorophylls, but in less amount. They are insoluble in water and precursor of vitamin A. There are two types of carotenoids, carotene and xanthophylls. Carotenes are pure hydrocarbons, red or orange in color, and their biochemical formula is C14H56. Some of the common carotenes are alpha, beta, gamma carotenes, phytotin, neurosporin, lycopene. Beta carotenes on hydrolysis gives vitamin A. Xanthophylls are yellow colored oxygen containing carotenoids and are most abundant in nature. The ratio of xanthophyll to carotene in nature is 2:1 in young leaves. The most common xanthophyll in green plant is lutein, and it is responsible for yellow color in autumn foliage. Both carotene and xanthophylls are soluble in organic solvents like chloroform, ethyl ether, carbon disulfide, etc. Third, phycobilins or biliproteins. They are water-soluble pigments and are abundantly present in algae and also found in higher plants. There are two important types of phycobilins, phycoerythrin and phycocyanin. Like chlorophylls, these pigments are open tetrapyrrole but do not contain magnesium and phytol tail. Nature of light. The source of light for photosynthesis is sunlight. Sunlight is a form of energy that travels as a stream of tiny particles. Discrete particles present in the light are called as photons. They carry energy, and the energy contained in a photon is termed as quantum. The energy content of a quantum is related to its wavelength. Shorter the wavelength, the greater is the energy present in its quantum. Depending upon the wavelength, electromagnetic spectrum comprises cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, visible spectrum, infrared rays, electric rays, and radio waves. The visible spectrum ranges from 390 nanometer to 760 nanometer. However, the plant life is affected by wavelength ranging from 300 to 780 nanometer. The visible spectrum can be resolved into light of different colors, that is violet, blue, blue-green, green, yellow, orange, orange-red, and red. The red light above 700 nanometer is called as far red light. Radiation shorter than violet are UV rays. Radiation longer than those of red are called as infrared. A ray of light falling upon a leaf behaves in three different ways. Part of it is reflected, a part of transmitted, and a part absorbed. The leaves absorb near about 83% of light, transmit 5%, and reflect 12%. From the total absorption, 4% light is absorbed by the chlorophylls. Absorption spectrum. All photosynthetic organisms contains one or more organic pigments capable of absorbing visible radiations, which will initiate the photochemical reactions of photosynthesis. When the amount of light absorbed by a pigment is plotted as a function of wavelength, we obtain absorption spectrum. It varies from pigment to pigment. By passing light of a specific wavelength through a solution of a substance and measuring the fraction absorbed, we obtain the absorption spectrum of that substance. Each type of molecule have a characteristic absorption spectrum, and the measuring of absorption spectrum can be useful in identifying some unknown substances isolated from a plant or a animal cell. Action spectrum. It represents the extent of response to different wavelengths of light in photosynthesis. It can be also defined as a measure of the process of photosynthesis when a light of different wavelength is supplied but the intensity is the same. For phytochemical reactions involving single pigment, the action spectrum has the same general shape as the absorption spectrum of that pigment. Quantum requirement and quantum yield. As we know, the solar light comes to the earth in the form of small packets of energy known as photons. The energy associated with each photon is called quantum. Thus, requirement of solar light by a plant is measured in terms of number of photons or a quanta. The number of photons or quanta required by the plant or leaf to release one molecule of oxygen during photosynthesis is called as quantum requirement. It has been observed that in most of the cases, the quantum requirement is 8. It means that 8 photons or quantums are required to release one molecule of oxygen. The number of oxygen molecules released per photon of light during photosynthesis is called as quantum yield. If the quantum requirement is 8, then the quantum yield will be 0.125. Photosynthetic unit or a quantazome. Quantasomes is defined as the smallest group of collaborating pigment molecules necessary to affect a photochemical act, that is absorption and migration of light quantum trapping center, where it promotes the release of an electron. Emerson and Arnold in 1932, on the basis of certain experiment, assumed that about 250 chlorophyll molecules are required to fix one molecule of carbon dioxide in photosynthesis. This number of chlorophyll molecules was called the chlorophyll unit, but later on it is changed to photosynthetic unit, and later it was designated as quantazome by Park and Biggins in 1964. The size of a quantazome is about 18 into 16 into 10 nanometer and found in the membrane of thylakoids. Each quantazome consists of 200 to 240 chlorophylls, 48 carotenoids, 46 quinones, 116 phospholipids, 144 digalactosyl diglyceride, 346 monogalactosyl diglyceride, 48 sulfolipids, some sterols, and special chlorophyll molecules P680 and P700. P is pigment. 680 and 700 denotes the wavelength of light these molecules absorb. P680 and P700 constitutes the reaction center or photocenter. Other accessory pigments and chlorophyll molecules are light generators or antenna molecules. It captures solar energy and transfer it into the reaction center by resonance transfer or inductive resonance. Emerson's red drop effect or enhancement effect. R. Emerson and Lewis in 1943, while determining the quantum yield of photosynthesis in chlorella algae by using monochromatic light of different wavelength, noticed a sharp decrease in quantum yield at wavelength greater than 680 nanometer. This decrease in quantum yield took place in the far red part of the spectrum. That is, the curve shows quantum yield drops dramatically in the region above 680 nanometer, that is in the red region. This decline in photosynthesis is called as red drop effect. Emerson and his co-worker in 1957 found that the inefficient far red light in chlorella beyond 680 nanometer could be made fully efficient if supplemented with light of a short wavelength. The quantum yield from the two combined beams was found to be greater than the effect of both beams when used separately. This enhancement of photosynthesis is called Emerson's enhancement effect. E is equal to Emerson's effect means the rate of oxygen evolution in combined beams minus rate of oxygen evolution in red beam upon rate of oxygen evolution in far red beam. Light trapping centers, that is photosystem first and photosystem second. The discovery of red drop effect and Emerson's enhancement effect concluded a new concept about the role played by chlorophyll A and accessory pigments in photosynthesis. That photosynthesis involves two distinct photochemical processes. These processes are associated with two groups of photosynthetic pigments called as pigment system 1 or photosystem 1 and pigment system 2 or photosystem 2. Each pigment system consists of a central core complex and light harvesting complex. Light harvesting complex comprises antenna pigment associated with proteins. Their main function is to harvest light energy and transfer it to their respective reaction center. The core complex consists of reaction center associated with proteins and also electron donors and acceptors. Let us study the difference between photosystem first and photosystem second. Photosystem first is found in thylakoid membrane and stroma lamellae. It contains pigment chlorophyll A 660, chlorophyll A 670, chlorophyll A 680, chlorophyll A 690 and chlorophyll A 700. Chlorophyll A 700 or P700 is the reaction center of PS1, while PS2 is found in thylakoid membrane and it contains pigment as chlorophyll B 650, chlorophyll A 660, chlorophyll A 670, chlorophyll A 678, chlorophyll A 680 to 690 and phycobilins. P680 is the reaction center of PS2. Chlorophyll A content is more in PS1 than PS2. Carotenoids are present both in PS2 and PS1. PS1 is associated with both cyclic and non-cyclic phosphorylation, but PS2 is associated with only non-cyclic phosphorylation. PS1 is active in both red and far red light, but PS2 is active in red light only and inactive in far red light. Both the pigment systems are believed to be interconnected by a third integral protein complex called cytochrome B F complex. The other intermediate components of electron transport chain via plastoquinone and plastocyanin act as a mobile electron carrier between these two photosystems. This is all about the part 1 of photosynthesis. In the second part of photosynthesis video, you will study the mechanism of photosynthesis light reaction. Thank you for watching this video.